Do you have a holistic marketing strategy? Do you even know what that is or what that will look like in your business? My name is Elisa Boyd, and today on Digital Wellness Club, I am here to help you find some digital wellness. So let's get into what holistic marketing is and why I think you need it in your business, and the first 3 steps you can take to find it for yourself. Holistic marketing to me is the idea that you have a well-rounded marketing strategy. You're not just focused on one stream of marketing, which I find a lot of my clients and other companies out there are doing. You know, they go on Instagram, they have fun with it, and then they start to get burnt out because all they're doing is creating content again and again, and they're not even aware if any of those people that follow them are becoming customers. Now, the best way that I could see getting away from this is making sure you're on more digital platforms. And I know a lot of people say, focus on one and be really good at it, which is a nice idea and probably worked the early days of Instagram. But do I need to remind you of the day that Instagram and Facebook just stopped working? How are you going to reach your audience? Today, we're going to get into how to be on more platforms, create that holistic marketing strategy without finding the burnout, without creating more work. I was a small business owner too. I always found my marketing just fell to the bottom of my to-do list. That's why I've created this strategy. What it's going to do is it's going to stay rooted in the key values of your business, so it'll always make sense and it will be easy to create one core piece of content and have it show up different places without doing a lot of extra work. So let's just dive right into my 3 steps of getting your holistic marketing strategy started. So step 1, like I said, is figuring out what your core values are as a business. If you don't know what these are, you need to pause this video right now and write this down. This is something that should be done when you start your business. So you probably have them somewhere, if it's in your head or in a business plan. Some people call these your pillars. It's essentially the foundation of why you have your business and what makes you different. So for example, it could be your customer service, the quality of your products, the fact that you are providing education to your customers. That's a core value of what you do. Take some time, think about these, but also don't overthink them because they should be really obvious in why you're doing what you're doing. Now that you've got your values lined out, the next thing you're going to want to do is actually write a little sentence about why these values pertain to your business and how they are different. So back to my customer service example. If customer service is one of your core values, well, why do you do it better than somebody else? Or how does it relate to your business? Because say you sold candles, your customer service is going to look a lot different than somebody who is a business coach. So figure out what that means specifically to you. To give you another fun example is one of my clients' values is just straight badassery. And to her, that means that they show up unapologetically every day for their clients. You know, make these your own. That's why it's important. Now that you've got your values done and what they mean to you, I want to get into the 3rd step of creating your first holistic marketing strategy. This is essentially the bridge between your values and the actual campaigns that you're going to put out there. These are what I like to call conversations. What I mean by this is if somebody's going to talk about your business or if they see a piece of your content, what conversation do you want them to have around it? Do you want them to talk about your customer service? It's a really one-on-one experience. I always feel really valued. They always take care of me. Or if it's quality product, do you want somebody to say they're really sustainable, they care about the environment, their product works really well? So you want to create marketing campaigns around these conversations. The nice thing about this is once you have your values figured out and what those mean to you, and then your conversations, they don't really change, and they shouldn't. By keeping these consistent, you're going to build so much trust with your audience because you're not going to be doing something that's out of left field and your audience is like, that doesn't make sense. An example of this was in my business, we used glass bottles for the juice company I used to own. If we were all of a sudden using plastic bottles, it probably wouldn't have aligned with our core values because one of those was sustainability in the environment. See where I'm going with this? Once you have these consistent conversations, your content really just kind of revolves around them and changes slightly based on if you're launching a new product or seasonality, if it's around the holidays or if you're having a big sale. This is what will save you so much time, is you're no longer reinventing the wheel every time you want to come up with a new post. So a little bonus here, once you have these 3 nailed down and you start to come up with your campaigns, this idea that you have that's rooted in your core values now can show up so many different places. I like to believe that a blog post is a great place to start as a core piece of content. Then that can live on your Instagram as probably quite a few posts. You could create a quote from your blog post, just an image or an educational piece counting out all the points that you've made. Then that can go on to your Facebook page, obviously. You can create a reel around that. You can put that in your newsletter. You could create a podcast or a YouTube video about it. All that content though is the same piece of content attached to that same conversation, rooted in that same value. So it's always going to make sense. It's always going to feel like it's part of your business. I hope these quick tips helped you today. It's my first 3 steps to having a holistic marketing strategy and to ensure that whatever you do in your business, what decisions you make are always rooted in your values. So they always make sense. They always feel authentic and you can feel good about putting out that content. So I want you to take some action, get this first part of it done, and we'll see you next time.